I will be doing group work 6, problem 3. The question is, consider the following chance experiment. We toss a penny 3 times or until heads and tails have appeared. Whichever comes first. Assume that the results of successive coin tosses are independent events. So in subproblem A, it asks, what is the probability that we toss the coin 3 times in this experiment? So first of all, we have our sample, which is HH, TT, TTT, HHT, TTH, HT, and TH. So to figure out subproblem A, every time the coin is flipped, there is a half chance it will be heads and a half chance it will be tails. With that established, if we are trying to find the probability of the coin being flipped 3 times, we need to times 1/2 times 1/2 times 1/2 because, like stated before, there is a 1/2 chance of either heads or tails being chosen, and multiply that by 4 because there are 4 outcomes where the coin will be flipped 3 times. So the answer is 1/2. The probability that you toss a coin 3 times is 1/2. In subproblem B, it asks, what is the probability we get exactly 1 heads? In order to find the probability that is exactly 1 heads, we would need to multiply 1/2 times 1/2, which equals to 1/4. Then multiply 1/4 to 2 because there are 2 outcomes that equal to 1/4. But then also add 1/8 because there is 1 outcome where exactly 1 heads show up when a coin is flipped 3 times. So the probability of getting exactly 1 heads is equal to 5/8, or 0.625. In subproblem C, it asks, what is the probability that we get at least 1 heads? To find the probability of at least 1 head is fairly simple, since we know that with probability, everything has to equal to 1, and that if we look at our sample size, we can see that only one outcome that doesn't have a heads is, we can see that only one outcome that doesn't have a heads in it. So we take that outcome, which equals to 1/8, and we subtract it from 1. So the probability of at least 1 heads is equal to 0.875, or 7/8.